Hey, welcome to Live and in Person. My name is Scott Smith. This is our weekly Thursday night space where we bring unique and trustworthy projects to our community and share what they're all about. This week we have Balto Token. This has been long awaited. I know we've been, talking for a while about having you guys on. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh man, we're doing great. How are you guys?
Oh, it's been one of those crazy weeks, but it's all good, all good. Just pushing forward, right?
Oh yeah, that's about all you can do in this space.
Yeah. So everyone retweet the space. Hopefully we get some more people popping in and share with your communities and whatnot. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started. So Balto Token, tell us a little bit about yourselves, who you are, how you got into crypto, and then why you started Balto.
All right, well, I'll start off. You've got two of the three founders here right now. My name is Jenny. I am one of the co founders of Balto Token. Full disclosure, I wouldn't say that I am a crypto guru. I would say my background is in sales and marketing. That's something that I've always pursued in my professional career. And about a year ago, TJ, who's also in here, he's in the official chat. We are husband and wife, and we had a conversation. We've had businesses in the past, and we felt like the crypto space and the Web3 space was something that we could improve upon and kind of bring our own spin to it. And we've always wanted to work for ourselves and to create a business, a brand where we could be passionate about. Both of us, we have two rescue dogs that we love and adore. And our third co founder, Beth, she's someone that I've worked in another capacity at a private club, and she's big on brand building and just marketing, and she just really knows her shit, and she's also an amazing artist. And so we knew to bring her on board. And she also has a rescue dog, so the three of us collectively, we knew that we were passionate about the rescue missions and about rescued animals. And so that's kind of how Balto got started. We wanted to be able to create a brand where we could, you know, build a community, build a sustainable company that gives back to dog rescues, but also helps out those our investors and just creates a long-term sustaining project. And so we've got tons of project or tons of products that go behind it, and we can get into all of that a little bit later. But that's kind of how it started, is that we were just really wanting to do something for ourselves, and we knew that we could do a good job of creating a solid community. And I know TJ wants to add on to that one.
Yeah, TJ, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? We're stoked to be on here, man. We just got back from dinner and we're all amped on the AMA. One thing I'd add to what Jenny said is, we've got great careers that we've been very successful in, some working for ourselves in our own businesses, and then a lot working for other people. And man, we were always just kind of the same thing. We were always pushing somebody else's product that we weren't passionate about, and we always had the dream to work for ourselves and push something that we were passionate about, and that's how this came about. So we're now finally working for our own passion so we can get behind it 100%.
Love it. I love it. So I don't want to get anything wrong, but you guys are, really going for the charity aspect, it looks like, with rescue shelters and whatnot. What made you want to do charity? What made you want to get into that? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit that, you're doing it for yourselves and whatnot, but when entering this space, how did you feel that was going to play out?
Well, I'm sure you guys can understand the same sentiment. It feels really good to give back. It feels good to help others. And, because we have these rescue dogs and they've really changed our lives. We feel passionate about, different organizations, and we really wanted to support that community. I've raised for different raised funds for different charities in the past. I'm very strong, passionate about ALS associations, and different things like that. But for us, I love my dogs, and it's just it feels great to give back. And so far, we've been able to donate to two different rescue organizations. The Nassau, hold on, TJ, the Nassau Humane Society. That's where we got Ellie. We gave back to the Coastal Pet Rescue in Savannah, Georgia. That's where Beth got Pineapple. But then we also started to partner with the Canines for Warriors, which is an amazing nationwide organization. And what they do, if you're not familiar, is that they pair warriors, the vets, with rescue dogs and also dogs that they train and they build to make service dogs. And so they match them together. It's a very strategic process. It's very stringent, and it's a very big deal for those guys. And we're just really stoked to be able to partner with them as well. So we have started donating to them, and we are trying to build up to a $25,000 total within this year, so we can name our own rescue or our own dog warrior for Canines for Warriors.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Yeah, and I think we're in line there where we felt like there was enough floating around this space that some of it could go back to just various world good, right? And so I'm very passionate about giving to good quality charitable organizations, and I love that you guys are doing the same thing. So Balto, why did we call it Balto? What's behind the name there?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with the Disney movie that was back in the 90s, the Balto. But so the Balto dog was a famous dog back in Alaska in a small community. And he helped rescue a community by bringing the serum that they needed. There was a whole outbreak that was going on. And he was a part of a pack, and he was the one that brought the final serums to that community. We do know that like Togo is the one that started it, but we wanted a strong character that was recognizable. And also our Penny, she has half husky, so there was a little bit of theirs like, oh man, Balto is a husky too. And so it's a little bit of that, but we just really wanted to find a strong dog character that people could recognize, and that had a really cool story behind it. And so we just loved that, and thought that it was a good fit for our brand.
Dude, I love it. Yeah, and it's a great name. Definitely gets a lot of eyes. I do see you guys are dual network as well as have an NFT project. I believe we were on one of your NFT mint parties at one point in time, and yeah, I love everything that you're doing. So, tell us what have you accomplished so far with your project?
Oh
Because
man, we've been grinding. We've since we launched on May 20th with our Binance Smart Chain token, we've completed, I would say, about 99% of our roadmap. One thing on our roadmap is still to be done is our merch, and we've got an exciting look on that tomorrow for our Twitter space tomorrow at Balto Hour. We do every Friday night. We're gonna reveal our merch store. We're excited to get it going, and it's really cool, and we're really having some fun with it. We used to own a print shop. Excuse me. We used to own a print shop, and a very successful print shop in Florida. And we love merch. We love really good merch, and we know what customers want. So we're excited to launch that thing. But as far as the roadmap, it's almost done. Since we launched in May, we launched our NFT collection, the Alpha Pack, that is trading right now, minting right now. And since then, we've launched our NFT staking pool, and I think it's a really great pool. It's super innovative. I wanted to come out with something fresh and that offered a lot of value to people. So kind of like a traditional NFT stake and pool where it has your native token that you can acquire through a set APR that varies because it is a shared pool. So the more people that get in, it kind of goes down, but you can top it up. But aside from the native token, we also have Ethereum going to that pool. So we launched our Ethereum token on on the Ethereum blockchain recently, and 2% of that token tax goes to our NFT staking pool, and that's auto liquefied. So it's spendable Ethereum that acquires with that native token, and it is volume based. So the more volume, obviously, the more returns. But our community loves it. We've got about 500, maybe close to 500 NFTs staked in there already. We've minted around 650, something like that, 640. So we've got a collection of 5,000, and we're stoked on it. They've got a lot of meaning. They're the inside utilities inside of our Discord and Telegram. All have a lot of meaning to it. Jenny could talk about that more, but and also that new staking pool. So we've accomplished a lot. We've launched 2 tokens. We've got our NFT staking pool and our NFTs out. They were created in-house by Beth, our graphic designer and brand builder, also our co-founder. I'm not sure if she's in here right now. I don't think so, but yeah, Beth is amazing. She's an amazing artist in real life, on any medium, and she created these all trade by trade. It was a lot of work and a lot of thought went into it. But the next little milestone we have going on is we're launching on our first exchange in the next 2 weeks. So we're excited about that. We've been working really hard to that. We know it's a crazy market, and but we're just following our roadmap, and we're just putting one step in front of the other.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say one thing that TJ didn't touch on that I think is really important about our company, that what we have going on right now is that um, we have all of our smart contracts. We've done everything through Brew Labs. We love Brew Labs. We think they're a great company. We believe in them. We've been investors in Brew Labs from the beginning. And I think one thing that has really helped our company through this crazy market is that we have adopted their multi-revenue treasuries. So what we've been able to do is we've been able to attach different streams of revenue to this treasury, and it buys back our token and locks it. So we are able to access that token 5% per month for if we want to top off staking pools or something like that. But what's been really cool is that we had a private mining operation before we started Balto. So we've been able to add that revenue to it. We 25% of all of our NFT sales go into that treasury, the BSC treasury right now. We'll be adding things to our ERC, to our Ethereum treasury once we get that launched here coming up pretty soon. But yeah, it's just been a really awesome and benefit to our company that we've been able to add that multi-stream revenue treasury to our company.
Yeah, I'd like to add on to that. Like, yeah, the treasury is the cornerstone of our project. So buybacks are important. So we have 2% of all of our tokens going to buybacks, but like she said, also our NFTs, 25% of that revenue goes to buybacks. And also 25% of our NFTs revenue go to charity drops. So that's helped us push out our checks and grow in the one that we're about to do now. And then in our mining revenue, yeah, I set that up with my buddies back home about a year and a half ago, and we've been growing it, and it's very productive. But the market's down right now, so it's not like it was. Like, we were probably bringing in around $4,000 a month for the company, and it's dwindled a little bit just because the main token the main coin that we mine is helium. So, but we're going to extend our roadmap here in the next month. And after we get on this exchange, our first exchange, and then chart out how we're going to go the next 12 months for our commitment for our company. And we're going to dramatically grow the mining operation through other means. We've already maxed out our helium operation and covered an entire city with helium miners. So the next thing is going to be developing our property that we're going to buy. That's going to have another in real life business for Balto, another revenue stream for our treasuries, and also extending that mining operation in a major way.
Wow. So moving forward, you guys are listing on an exchange in 2 weeks, and you're looking to buy a property, I'm guessing, as a rental property?
Well, we haven't talked about it much because we're kind of like trying to stay to our milestones and our goals of like what we have going on right now. So we got through our Ethereum launch just recently. That was our next hurdle. And then now it's going to be launching on this first centralized exchange, and it's a great exchange. I can't talk about who it is yet. Probably about another week once we get that payment done and that contract signed. But they're a top 20 exchange. They're legit, and we're excited about it. And we have mutual projects that have launched on it, and they've done really well with it. As far as not just your market making volume, but it's also got a lot of organic volume as well. And that's something we really wanted to decide on for our first one, because it's tricky picking exchanges right now when it's such an uncertain time. And but you just have to keep going. You can't wait for the bull run. Like some people tell us, like, oh well, you should wait, but man, you could be waiting 2 years. And if you want to build your business, you just got to keep building, man. So we're just putting one goal in front of the other. So that's our hurdle for the next 2 weeks. We're going to go ahead and accomplish that. And then, yeah, our land, we have a big thing we're going to be launching on our roadmap to define what we're going to do for this next year, and the new revenue streams that we're going to build. And it's our goals for our company. So there's land involved. There's going to be a headquarters involved. Also, a branching out of our mining operation, which takes space and some building. And then other things like I'm a beer brewer and a distiller, so we want to have a tap room, we want to have a dog park, we want to have an RV park. And this is going kind of farther than we need to go. We haven't even talked to our community about this right now, but it's stuff that we've been doing for the last couple of years in real life. And we've got a lot of goals and things that we want to build for this killer mountain setting ecosystem for people to enjoy. So we've got a lot coming on. I'll let Jenny go.
No, I was just going to say, TJ is spilling the beans there because he's giving you some alpha that we've only told a few couple of people. So you guys who are in the room right now, you just learned a little bit of kind of where our mindset is going. So we've told a few people, definitely our team knows where we're headed and everything. But that's kind of our goal. We want to take Balto as far as we can, and we want to be able to attach real world revenue to our treasuries and to our Balto tokens. And that's the plan. Like, we want to be sustainable for a long term, and I think that's the move that we're wanting to make.
The only thing I'll add to that is, as we're growing in this was our first DeFi project, but I've been an investor in DeFi, CeFi, and the American Stock Exchange for many years, and I love DeFi, and I fell in love with it, and we knew that was going to have the huge, most biggest growth in the next decade is just digital assets and digital currency and digital artwork. And that's why we wanted to be in Web3. We saw that as the opportunity to build as much of our philanthropy as we can. But to survive, as we've been going on this journey, and I know you know too, it's a tough market. We launched right when everything was tanking in May. And it was just really, it's been a tough grind. We haven't been able to take a dollar from the project yet, and we've been putting it all into the company. When we've ran multiple companies and we've been successful, and we know that if you want to make it, you've got to put everything back into it. So fortunately, we're not living on Balto, and we don't have to for a long time, so we can just build. And we want to turn it into a sustainable business and a brand like we are. And we know that you have to have outside in real life revenues to really survive, because it is a grind, and the market does go up and down. So we're just going to continue to build, those revenue streams to go into our treasuries to buy our project back and just build it up into a huge brand.
Nice. So, aside from the merch, you guys are not listed as a 501(c) yet, right? Or is that something that you're going to plan on doing, or is it going to be a for-profit business that benefits charity?
No, it's going to be for profit. My lawyer instructed me that if we're going to be giving out rewards, staking rewards, stuff like that, and people are going to be making profit on the company, that the 501(c)(3) is not the way to go. So our goal is to give as much to charity as we can, but to give the community the value that we want to offer and the utility, we need to be for profit, because the goal is to make everybody money. We want to build as much charity as we can, but if the charts aren't good and there's FUD, or there's backlash because you're not doing good, you're not going to get the word of mouth you need to build as much charity as you can. So the charts are a big concern to us. So we're providing as much value as we can to our community.
Awesome. So aside from the merch, then what is going to be the business model moving forward for real world income coming into the project?
Okay, so right now we have the merch isn't even out yet. That's going to be like just a fun addition to the treasuries. We've ran a big print shop before in Jacksonville, Florida, up in North Florida. We had a print shop called Trojan's Ink. I was a competitive runner at the time, and we started a shirt business. We had our own brand, and we also printed for a lot of race companies and in establishments. And the profit margin is really good on merch, but when you're serving it around the world internationally, you're using drop ship companies because it's hard to coordinate all of that. So the profit margin's not big on merch, so that's just going to be 100% added to our treasury. We're not taking any profits from our merch store. The profit margin is just going to be it's going to be great for our treasury. So the main thing is our mining revenue. Obviously, token buys and sells as you gain volume. And then now that we're starting to get on the part of our roadmap for centralized exchanges, we're starting with one. Our goal that we've been talking with our team about is to get one a month. That's going to be our goal. So we're going to work really hard for that. And I've got a market making team aligned now. And our goal for the next 6 months is to add exchanges instead of taking as many profits. So we're going to be adding as many exchanges as we can in the next 2 quarters. And this is just for global reach. And then the market making revenue, at the point that it feels sustainable, that will go all into our treasuries, and we'll divide it into the treasuries that we need the most growth in, so we can grow everything the same. We want to stabilize our prices around our exchanges and just grow it in a big buyback model that we have already been doing. I mean, we're a small project. We're sitting at like 114,000 market cap on our BSC token right now. And since we launched in March, because of our different revenue streams, we bought back over 70 BNB so far. And it's a lot for a small company in a bear market. I really feel proud of that. Our ERC20 token launched, God, I'm so backed up on time, December 16th. So it's around a month ago, and we've already bought back over 3.5 ETH on that one. So we're just getting started on it. And that's our model. We're just going to continue to add the revenue stream. So next up, we'll be acquiring our land for our business, and it's going to all encompass everything that we want to do. And it's going to be lined up on our roadmap, and we extend it on our website. And also all those revenue streams that we're going to create on that land, whether it be the extended mining operation, the tap room that has been my dream to open and for Balto, and also other things to do. Right now, we've been camp hosting for the last 12 months, and we figured out the entire community. So we didn't have to leave. I had a great career in Jacksonville, made a ton of money, and it just didn't fulfill my dreams, man. It made me miserable. I was working 80-hour weeks, and to be totally transparent and honest, I just walked away from a $200,000 a year job because it was killing me, man. It was a high output, high demand job, and it was just ruining my life. So what we want to do is just branch this out. We've been camp. What I was going to say is we've been camp posting. So we've learned this camp post life and working the RV sites. Jenny, jump in on this one.
No, basically what TJ is just trying to say is that, we've always had a dream of, having our own business, and we've always wanted a piece of property where we could grow something and do something on it, make money off of it. And so now that we've entered this Web3 world, this crypto world, we see the possibilities of being able to expand our mining operation, but then also do some really cool things that we've always wanted to do. And as long as, we want to tie it in and just continue to grow the Balto brand. And so, we want the Balto beer. We want, the RV park that has the really cool dog park where any dog is welcome, and just really created. Because we're dog owners, we're dog lovers. We know, how we feel about when we go to dog parks and what we would be excited about. And so we're really just trying to, grow that aspect of it, but while continuing to just, keep on moving on those exchanges, keep on growing our NFT collections. We've got a ton of different ideas, and we're always brainstorming with our team just about what we can do, how we can grow. And so it's just really going to be, I think, in 2023, a conglomeration of all of those ideas. We're just, for us, we're so passionate, and we are like we are all in. I can't even say 100%. We are just all in on Balto. And so we just want to continue to push and grow and just be able to do everything that we want to do, all the while, you know, and this is one thing that I wanted to say is, like, I love growing our community, and I love that the fact that we're able to give back to charities. And so I've said in multiple AMAs, to me, when you invest in Balto, it's like a win-win-win. So you're investing in Balto, you're going to be able to earn passive income, but then you also know that your investment's going to help dog rescues. They're going to help, an organization like Canines for Warriors. So it's something that you can feel good about while also earning income for yourself. So that's just something that we've always felt felt passionate about with Balto and that we'll just continue to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I this is a horrible market, right? But good projects like yourselves are continuing to develop and build and produce in this market, and you're not stopping. And I think the community that's still around, as we continue to try and add more to our communities. I think they see that, where a lot of projects have just kind of gone MIA, and who knows where they went, if they'll ever be back. With being there, continuing to grow, continuing to build and develop, that is what we want. That's what we want to see. And I think we're going to see the fruits of our labor, during the next bull run, whenever that may happen. But yeah, I love everything that you guys are sharing. And I used to have a travel trailer myself, and we used to do a lot of the camping thing. And I have, well, had dogs. I have one dog now, and that's why, is because if you wanted to go on vacation, you either had to find a board for your dog to house them, or you took them with you. And we didn't feel comfortable leaving our dogs with strangers, so we wanted to take them with us. So we bought a travel trailer, and that's how we vacationed over the last, I would say, minus the last 2 years, the 20 years before that. And RV parks are kind of cool. You get to travel, you get to see different areas of the country, you take the pets along with you. And I love that. And so many of them did not have a place for dogs. You could walk your dog, you could have your dog outside with you could have your dog with you, but there was really nowhere to take the dog to let the dog run, and like the dog parks that are around me now, right? So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
uh
well, in our Penny girl, she's our OG. She's the first one we got. She's on our website. Actually, all of our dogs are on the website. They're fully doxed. But we call Penny the chiefs of security, because if you've ever seen her face, she looks pretty damn serious. Um, but one thing about Penny is that we have to be really careful when we go into dog parks, because she likes to be the alpha. She likes to call the shots, and we just are very aware, and we don't want to be those asshole dog owners. And so one of our thoughts that we have about the dog park is that we also want to be able to create a space. So like, have your normal dog park. We also want to be able to, where you can have a drink, grab a beer, a Balto beer, go have a beer, enjoy the dog park with your dog. But if you have a dog like Penny that maybe doesn't get along with others, we have decided that we want to create like these little dog runs where maybe they can just go and hang out on their own, where they can still get the exercise. It's not, like a tiny thing, like a little kennel, but like somewhere where they can have a little privacy, and it's just a little single track for those dogs that might need a little alone time. Or maybe like Pineapple, Beth's dog, she hates dog parks. She gets very overwhelmed. She gets social anxiety. So maybe have like a little space for that. So we really are going to try to think about all the different types of dogs, because not every dog is the same. We know this. And rescue dogs are certainly different. They come with their own special, in like little intricacies. So we definitely want to try to create a space where all dogs feel welcome and happy and safe. And so that's a big thing for us, because we definitely have felt that burden going into other dog parks. So we want to be able to create that environment for others.
yeah, Penny looks like she has some pity in her. Is
Oh,
that right?
yeah. We got we did the DNA test when we rescued her back in 2017. We are all stoked, and it came back where she was 50% husky, and then the other 50% was total street mix. For sure she's got some pit in her. Like, you can tell when she gets really tired, and she's got that like look on her face, like you can tell, like she means business. And then our little Ellie girl, she was found in the woods in Georgia, and she actually came from a kill shelter, which is a kind of a cool story. So she had two brothers and a sister. They were found in the woods in Waycross, Georgia, and the Waycross shelter got them. They were a kill shelter, and so the Nassau Humane Society got those guys and brought them to their rescue, and that's where we found Ellie. And we just couldn't be happier here, and it was really cool. We've got a bunch of videos and photos and stuff on Twitter and Instagram when we went and delivered the check back in, like, I don't know, maybe it was June or July, maybe. We took Ellie with us and we had a big check and did the whole thing. And it was just a really cool experience.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've had every experience I've had with a pit bull has been pleasant. You know, they're the most loving dogs, and the rap that they have is ridiculous. And never actually owned one. My best friend actually has one, and she's just the biggest love bug there is. You know, but I did have a Doberman for a period of time, and you know, we were very limited where we could go with her just because of the reputation they had. And I believe that, you know, that shouldn't be the case. I think, you know, bad dogs come from bad pet owners. And, you know, if you're taking your dog out in the public, you should, you know, make sure that, you know, the dog is going to behave, right? And you should know your dog enough that it's going to behave. But no, I think all three dogs are absolutely gorgeous. I currently have a bulldog right now, and if you can't hear, she likes to snore when I have these spaces. So at least, you know, I put somebody to sleep. um, but anyway, going back to your project here, so you have two networks. You're on Binance and Ethereum, and you have an NFT project. Now, with the Binance and ERC20 tokens, is there a bridge in place that, you know, if you buy on one network, you can bridge to the other?
Hey, I'm gonna jump on Jenny's phone. I rugged a minute ago, but I came back in. Yeah, we're on two different chains. We want to be on every chain. That's productive at the time. When we get on them, we don't have a bridge in place yet. But our the only thing we don't do in house is code our smart contracts. So, like Jenny said, we partner with Brew Labs community over there, and they're amazing, man. Maverick is the CEO of Brew Labs, and the guy's a genius. So we've learned a lot from them. They do our contracts. They also just created a bridge, and I love the way they've set up their bridge. It's pretty amazing. So we will be using that at some point. Right now we're focused on joining our first exchange in the next 2 weeks, but pretty soon we will probably enact that Brew Labs bridge and just bring everything together. Because what we did at first, we launched 1 billion tokens on Binance Smart Chain, and we burnt 220 million of them near the launch. So we then decided to go with the treasury buyback and lock um, method from Brew Labs. So then what we wanted to do is not dilute our supply when we launched on Ethereum. So we only launched 220 million tokens on Ethereum. And to support the price that we needed for our private sale for our holders, we only had a private sale for our vested holders. And so we did burn some of those tokens at first. So we still have less than 1 billion tokens. So we haven't diluted our supply at all. And when we bridge it, it will be less than 1 billion that we started with. So it's a lot of thought that's gone into it. And that bridge is coming probably February time, maybe after our second exchange. But yeah, we'll bring it all together and level it out and just build it.
Nice. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, essentially the bridge is going to act very much like the exchange is going to act, and allow people to trade through arbitrage, and take profits, or, you know, buy in at a lower price. So yeah, that's great. Um, so the NFTs have staking. You have staking for your both tokens. Um, and all through Brew Labs. I love Brew Labs as well. We've used them. We're using them for you know, our additional staking platform, and you know, we have been discussing other things with them. But you know, what is there anything that we missed here? And at this point, I'd like to open up the floor to anybody that wants to come up, comment, ask a question. But anything that I didn't touch on or that we missed overall that you want to add on?
I think we've covered it pretty good. Yeah, we've got token staking on both tokens. We've got an LP farm. our buyback treasuries or locking our supply. And what I wanted to say that we haven't said, like if you envision what these treasuries do, I mean, you're literally buying your supply and locking it, and it just grows the floor price. So if I was talking to any investors that were on here that might not know our project, I would say that it's just a great setup for investors. You know, we developed it with the help of Brew Labs because they started their treasury, their Bebo uh, setup, and their product that they sell, and it's really good. I mean, when you buy and burn, it still raises the floor price, but then those tokens are gone forever. And unless you're minting more tokens, I mean, you could run into issues down the road. I mean, it takes a lot of liquidity to get on some of these swaps to fund these LP farms, token staking, sex listings, and it's nice to have that ability to acquire 5% of your total lock every month if you need it. We've only taken out of it once. We had to actually twice. We had to up our staking pool at one point. It got down to about 15% return. So we bumped it back up into the mid 20s to high 20s. And our goal is to keep them in the 20s so it can compete with pretty much any platform out there. I mean, there are some that offer a lot more than that, but it's not sustainable from a developer point of view. I mean, just looking at all the numbers behind the scenes. So it does need to be topped off if you have a big run on it. Like, if you start trending and go viral and you have a lot of people enter your staking pool, it's going to drop it to nothing. So you need some access to some of your native tokens. So it's a great product, man. We're stoked on it, and it just ensures that our token floor on each of our chains are going to rise for our community, and that's what we want to do. Our goal is to make them money. The more money we make them, the more charity we can give away. So it all works together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so if anyone's not familiar with the Treasury, the way it works is their contract actually has a percentage set aside that goes directly to the Treasury. At a certain point, the Treasury will automatically become active and make a purchase of their token with whatever the funds that are in that Treasury, and then are locked within the Treasury for a period of time, and only gives them access to a small percentage at the end of every month. What this does is this helps raise the floor over time, and it gives the project the means to do things like get on exchanges to top off their liquidity pools in their staking platforms, and things of that nature. So yeah, if you're not familiar, that's exactly what that is. And I have done my due diligence on them. So I like the whole idea of the Treasury. And seeing your charts and seeing how everything is working for you guys, you can see, it working and, see it in action. So I do like that. But I did open up the floor here. Anyone wants to pop up, please, by all means, request to speak, and we'll bring you up. You can comment, say how much you love Balto token, ask a question, whatever it may be.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Come up and ask any question. One thing I would love to tell everybody is we're running a deal right now on our NFTs. We're running a buy two, you get one for free. And there's bounties from projects that we collab with. We love collabing with projects. We hold poker weekly now on Fridays and Sundays. That alternates every week. Some weeks it's one day, some weeks it's 2 days. And we always have some kind of collab projects that we have that we're giving out NFTs, we're giving out native token, we're giving out ETH for our holders only. And our poker is really jamming. We've also got a lot of collabs we do regularly. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Funky Flies, but they're a project that we really love. They've got great artwork. They've got great utilities in the NFT space, and we do their Flingo a lot. They have a bingo style game that's made with their NFTs, and we do their Flingo, and we have community boards. So if people in our community get involved in our Discord, we loan those out, and it's a really cool thing. And we're constantly adding on projects that we collab with.
And I also wanted to give a big shout out because I know he's in the audience, or he was, Joey B. He is one of our mods, and we love this guy, and he's really helped us up our poker games. And also, that's in the audience right now, I see Super Salmon, and someone that's not here because he's in the UK is Messy Sharks. Those were two of our OG mods, and we love these guys. We trust them. They started their own AMA lounge. Now it's an announcement thing, and it's called Ocean Space, and we we always support them, but we brought them on as teammates because we just, we saw the value, we trust them, we believe in them, and we saw that they could really help us grow Balto and the company. And so that's something that we're really proud of, is that we've been able to bring on team members that were community members, and we're promoting with it within. And so that's how we've gotten all of our mods, like Seth Lee's in there, Grizz is in there. We love these guys. Like, they support they're not only investors, they're supporters, they're helping us out in the chat rooms, and they're just, helping us bring the project along. And we love to play games. We're very active. We like to have a good time. Like, I'm sure people have seen us have many a drinks in different spaces and just partying, but we're serious about Balto. But we want to have a good time. Like, this should be a fun space. We don't need to be in corporate America. We don't need to be stuffy. Like, this is an everyday thing. And like, we have grown and like learned from these guys, and we've created this little family, and it's just really cool. And so I would really invite anyone who hasn't joined our Discord yet. We got a lot of cool things going on. Like TJ mentioned, we're doing poker. I pinned the bounties that we have going on with our NFTs right now, so you can check those guys out. But tomorrow night we do a Friday night Balto hour, and we welcome any communities that want to talk about their own projects. We give our own updates. Like, seriously, Ace, if you guys want to come over tomorrow and talk about heroes, we'd love to have you, because that's what we do. We like to talk about our updates and kind of give what's going on with Balto. But then we invite other projects. We love to network and grow and just learn from other people. And something that we've started a few Fridays ago is that we've started doing massive rumbles in our Discord right after our Balto space. And they have been badass. We've really been able to grow the community, and we do holder only prizes. And then we also give away some Balto ETH to non holders if they just want to come in and join the fun on the Rumble. So we like to have a good time.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, and I know Seth. He pops in. We go back a little bit, and I will also send a shout out to Mistress Money. Her and I, we do a broadcast tomorrow or on Friday evenings at 8 o'clock, an education broadcast for MNFT, which, if you guys aren't doing anything, by all means, check it out, listen in. It's always something interesting, and educational. So, but what time is your thing tomorrow?
We start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then, just depending on what kind of vibe we've got going on in the room, if we've got a lot of people talking, we'll go longer than an hour. If it's just kind of we're giving our updates and not too many people are chiming in, then we'll go straight into the Rumble. And we usually do, like right now, we're doing 3 Rumbles, and the prizes get better the more the Rumbles go on. And I think our biggest Rumble, I don't know if we've hit 150 people yet. But that's kind of our goal, is we want to hit 150. I think last week we said we were going to give away 150 dollars in ETH if we could get up to 150, and I think we ended up giving away 104 maybe.
Yeah.
But I believe we've had around 127 was our biggest one, I think. But it was just a fun thing to do right after you're talking, and we open up the VCs, and that kind of turns into just a really chill, relax party space where you're just having fun and rumbling.
Yeah, man. If your community wants to come, it'll be roughly around 7 p.m. after our Balto hour. But we invite all the communities we vibe with, and we get it as big as we can. And when we do our third one, that total number is paid out in ETH if we don't hit our goal. So our goal last week was 150, and we hit like 104, 114. So we gave out that amount in ETH, and the rest of the rumbles are for ETH tokens, a Balto, just an entry level a bag, a little dust wallet, and then just to get you in for free if you're not a holder. And then we give out a ton of NFTs from our collab. So every week we sweep floors with our team money, and we sweep floors with all our projects we love to keep their prices high, their floor high. And then we give them out on our rumbles. We give them out on our poker days and all of our collab days. So that's just our goals. Like every week we just get more of our NFTs, support our projects that we collab with. Or it could be tokens if it's a token project. And then we have fun rumbles. We have fun poker. And it's just good networking.
And I will say, just to add on to that, I know that TJ and I are like going back and forth hitting it because we're just so excited to be here. But really, once we got into, from the very beginning, we have had nothing but very welcoming people, and everybody's been very helpful and open and just wanting to help us out. And so I really appreciate that. But I'll tell you, the NFT community, because I think it has a different vibe than the token community. We have had so much support from, the ones that we've started to collab with and that we're friends with, and we're so appreciative of them. So our goal is to be able to turn around and give back that support. So, TJ mentioned Funky Flies before. Like, they did a solid for us, and hosted us, and we did a flingo night with those guys. And they really, even with our 24-hour mint party, they came in, guns a blazing, and really helped us out. Like Woke Zombies, we've had friends with Ponzi Pandas. Like, we've had so many different NFT communities that have really like showed up and showed their support, and we just want to be able to turn around and do the same. And I think that's what that community is about, and I love it. I think it's really badass.
Nice. That's awesome. I didn't ask, but so far, how much have you guys been able to donate to the charitable organizations you've donated to?
So far, we've done $8,000. So 2% of our BSC token sales go to the charity wallet, as well as 25% of our NFT sales. And I will say, once we launched our NFT collection, we really have been able to boost up that charity wallet. So we gave $2,500 to the Nassau Humane Society. We gave $2,500 to the Canines for Warriors, and we gave $3,000 to the Coastal Pet Rescue. But our goal is to be able to expand that. We started out with the charities that we knew about and that we loved, and that where we got our rescue dogs from. But the goal is to be able to branch that out. Like, we just started with the local ones that we knew and we loved, but we really want to be able to get our community involved. And another thing I'll say is that if you go onto our Telegram, you can search our wallets, you can look at our charity wallet, and the only thing that's gone out are the 3 times that we have made donations. And so our goal is to be transparent as possible, so you can see, when we're making those donations. We're trying to post it all across social media. We're going to be updating our website. We have a charity section now, but we need to make some updates to it. But we just want to be transparent, and we really want that to grow, because the more dogs that we help and the more rescues we help, it just feels great.
One thing I would
Absolutely.
like to add, if I have time, and it's not just about the animals. Like, I mean, two of our team members that just came on, like she said, Adam and Ryan, their handles on Telegram is Messy Shark and Super Salmon. They have cats, and all the rescues that we've helped are cats too. I mean, so it's not just dogs. We just, our passion is dogs, because these dogs have changed our life. I mean, I personally have been diagnosed with PTSD from a traumatic experience in life, and my dogs changed my life. They really did. They're medicine, man, and they're soothing to your soul. They really are part of the family. So when I want to tell people, it's like, well, it doesn't matter if you don't have animals to care about that kind of action, because it's helping humans too. It's like Canines for Warriors. Fortunately, an original actual team member that started this project with us was my buddy Steve at my in real life career. He started this with us, helped us brainstorm when we started the project. But then when it got launched, it was like everybody figured out that this was a real full time job, and it wasn't something you could just do uh, in your free time to make it survive. So he realized it was too much involved compared to what he had to do in his professional life. So we're still cool, we're good, but Steve helped us develop this, and all of us had dogs at the beginning, so it's just like, it helps humans, it helps everybody. Oh, what I was going to say about Steve, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Steve had the connection with Canines for Warriors. They are national rescue, no, they're a national nonprofit, but they're based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and he had a connection there with the CEO. So we luckily linked up with Canines for Warriors, and it's going to be great exposure when we finish that 25,000, because we get the actual naming rights of a dog, and it goes straight to a wounded veteran. So it's an amazing thing, and then you get national notoriety for that too. So it's something we're really stoked that we're a part of, and we've got that account started, and we're hoping pretty soon after. We feel sure soon after this exchange listing, once we start getting some new revenue in, we're going to finish that out ASAP. and it's going to feel really good. We've already visited their campus and talked with their people and met them, and it's just, man, they're doing some great things there. And then after that, like Jenny said, we want to branch it out. So we want to create like voting inside of our communities to where we go next, because we want to be international, but it's got to be vetted hard. It's got to be totally vetted through us that we know it's legit. And then once that's accepted, then I mean, the sky's the limit. So we just need to get out there in front of as many people as we can, and that's our goal.
Yeah, that's a solid goal. Going back to the whole idea behind dogs. Um, one thing that I look at, and you may, don't take any offense to this, but I look at in introducing to new people. When I meet new people, I want to react to them like your dog reacts to you when you get home, right? Doesn't matter if you've seen them, just 10 minutes ago, or, you've never met them before. When you get into your home and your dog comes to greet you, it's like, super excited, super happy to see you, doesn't want to do anything but just love on you, and I mean, I'm not going to creep like that, but I mean, you know what I mean, just super welcoming, super enjoyable to be around and to converse with. That I think we can learn a lot from dogs in that way. Cats are a little different. Cats are, you have to cater to them. I also have a cat, and yeah, it's most of the time. Yeah, she could care less about me or if I'm home or not, right? But the dog always greets you at the door, tails wagging, happy to see you. Just wants to just give you love, right? And that's something that we all can learn in real life when we're meeting people, is sending out that positive vibe, that of true interest and joy of meeting somebody, and whether it's somebody you've just talked to 10 minutes ago or it's somebody that you're meeting for the first time. I think that's just a lesson that we can take from the dog family. They're just totally totally amazing animals. But anyway, and also on the amount that you've donated to charity, you know, keep in mind, Balto's launched in May. The market since May to now has been just total shit, right? And they have been able to accrue and donate $8,000 or over $8,000. That is a major milestone, and I am looking forward to you guys being able to hit that $25,000 mark. I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. So it doesn't look like we have anyone looking to come up or comment or ask questions. So I guess we'll go on to closing statements.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this was a great AMA. We love your project, man. We're all trying to build something in Web3, but also giving back. And like you said, the market has been tough, and we've given what we've been able to give. And it just, I think it shows dedication because it comes out of your bottom line. And we had a guy on an AMA the other day. He was like, "Yeah, but it's a write off," and I'm like, "Yeah, but." So many things are write-offs, man. I've had multiple businesses. That's a bad thing to say about charity, because you don't have to give charity. You're going to take all your write-offs on your necessities and your utilities, but charity is comes out of your bottom line, and then, like 25% of our NFTs are going to our charity. Like, we really care about this, and it feels good, like Jenny said. And we're just looking forward to just progressing our roadmap, just adding more value to our community, to our investors. And that's like our next utilities that we're coming out with, and our revenue streams that we're trying to develop. So everything we do, we're just trying to compound what's coming for our community, and that builds our whole brand that gives back to our charities and fuels everybody. So everything has thought. If you're looking on, you just met us, check our Discord out. All I can tell you is, like, you can hear a lot of things in AMAs, but come to our Discord, come to our Telegram. Our Discord is really building. I love our Telegram too. It's just different. Telegram and Discords are different, but I love them both. Come to in either one. We have great mods. We're in there every day with our mods. So it's not just our mods, it's us too. We're hanging out in there every day. We're building relationships, and just come in there and check out the sentiment. That's all I ask people to do. Don't take it from us. Check our website out and come into our sites and talk to our people, because we've got a lot of positive energy growing, and it's a long-term play where we've got a year full of a roadmap to accomplish in 2023, and it all goes back to our business. So just come in and check us out and see the sentiment, because it's positive. And when you come in there and ask people, and we might not be in there, they're going to be like, oh no, this team does everything they say they're going to do. And that's what we stand behind. We're leading from the front. So that's all I ask people is just come and join our Discord and Telegram, and check out our community, man.
Absolutely. And, touching on the whole it's a write-off thing, the whole idea here is your project is based on giving back, on doing something good in the world, and you're inviting your community to take part in that. And I will look at even my own personal. I've been a very very big advocate for donating to charities. Mostly, for me, it's been Miracle or Children's Miracle Network. But in any given year, up until we started our project, I was unable to do $8,000 in a year, right? There's always something that comes up that, you got to take care of, or you got to do. And, that gets pushed off and it gets pushed off. When you're part of a project like this, that, you're continuing effort to support the project, support Balto, is going to guarantee that those organizations get their funds. Does it matter if it comes from you directly or from them? Well, at tax time, well, maybe it does to you, but ultimately the organization that's receiving the funds, they are just honored to be able to receive that type of money in a short amount of time, right? And the more we can do that, the better the world's going to be tomorrow, right? So, I wouldn't take any of that to heart. It's, you guys are not a 501(c)(3). If you were, it'd be a different story, but you're not. You're a for-profit business that is benefiting worldwide or benefiting animal-based charities. And, with that, I love all that. And I think it's a great effort. It's a great way to move forward. And for your community, it helps them feel good about the whole process, because they are part of that donation, even though it's not coming directly from them, but it's coming from a result of them being part of your community.
Oh man, absolutely. You just hit that perfect, because we would be nothing without our community. So we've always wanted to push that first. We want to build a strong community. We want to be involved. We want them to stay engaged. And we love, like, we that's the part that we love the most. And I think as long as we keep that at the forefront, and we keep our community happy, and we keep our community growing, then the money will come for the charities, and we can just continue to donate. And I just think that's just such a beautiful benefit of being a part of Balto, is that knowing that when you're investing in us, you're being able to donate to these charities, with your contribution, and you're also, gaining that passive income, however you choose to do it, because there's multiple ways to do that, whether you're staking your tokens, staking your NFTs, a part of the farm. And so we just are really amped on what we've built so far, even though it's a really terrible market. We're just so stoked that we've been able to continue to build, continue to add value, and that's all we're going to do. Like TJ said before, we don't have to live off of this right now, thankfully, blessedly. And so we're just going to continue to push forward and add value and just grow, because this is something that we are so stoked on, and I think our community feels it and they see it, and we're just going to push forward.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to add is Jenny's nailing it. We're just going to keep grinding, and it is building time right now. And people call it a builder's market. There's a lot of trendy sayings, but it has allowed us, because our market cap has stayed so low through this hard time, and we've just been building out our products that we've been allowed our luckily we've had this low market cap. So every time we do a buyback, we buy up so much supply. We've almost built up 25%. we've built up almost 25% in our BSC token already in our treasury. That is freaking huge, man. And it's not going to show the benefits until we hit like a really good bull run when the big investors start coming into the altcoin market again. But when you hold 25% floor in your project, man, when you start rising, it rises a lot quicker than it did when you didn't. So we're excited about that. We're going to build up that same floor in the ETH token. And then when we get on the other chains like Matic, no, that is Polygon, Kronos, we've got an NFT collection that we want to come out with in the next probably 2 months on Kronos. And we're only going to Kronos because I actually do like Kronos. It's a newer chain, but we've got a specific NFT collection that has to go on there, and it's name specific, and it's going to be outrageous and people are going to love it. So that's one thing that's going to come out on our next roadmap. And then just branch into all these chains and then just get on more exchanges and get more people in front of us, because we've got a lot of value to offer, and it's positive like you guys are doing, like Heroes is doing. I mean, you guys have donated dramatically more than us, and that's like we aim to be on that level. I think you guys, if I remember right, on your website, you've given over 50K, and that's amazing, man. I might be wrong on that total, but I know it's up there, and that's like what we aim to do. We want to have really big numbers for our charities and just show what Web3 can do. And it's like every time we deliver a check, I'm sure you've seen this when you connect with these companies and these brands, but it's like they're so appreciative, man, and they're just stoked that you're giving to them. And then it just feels so good. And it's not what we're all about. It's not the only thing we have to offer. I mean, we have a lot of utilities to offer and a lot of value for our investors, but it does feel good to give that money away and to give out of your heart, man. And then we just want to make that on a grand scale. Like, we want to be giving out $50,000 checks. So our goal is just to grow it as big as we can, and we know we have to build the community to make that happen.
100%. And yeah, and that's to touch on one thing, though. The 25% is locked. They only have access to 5% per month. So keep that in mind. It's not like, their project is holding 25%, because I know that will scare people away. But those funds are utilized and set aside for adding back into the staking pools, adding and, going on other exchanges and things of that nature. So, but no, you're 100% right. And that's what we're all doing. We're all trying to develop and build and grow. And what we're doing at this point in time, if you're getting people buying, is most of the time you're essentially stealing from another project because someone's selling to buy, right? You don't have a whole lot of new people coming into the crypto market at the moment, and I don't think we will for a while. But for me, I mean, I've been telling everybody I'm accumulating. I'm, buying up whatever I can, whenever I can, and hoping that the next bull run is the bull run I'm going to be able to retire on. But no, I encourage everyone to take a look at Balto. Awesome project, awesome team behind it. It would have been great to have Beth on as well, but TJ and Jenny just nailed it tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I'm going to try and jump on tomorrow and catch you guys at 6 o'clock. And, if nothing else, just listen in at least until I have to leave for our MNFT live on YouTube. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. And nobody has any questions, so I think we're going to end it here. Any last words? I know I asked you this earlier, but we kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah, no, honestly, we just really appreciate it. We love it anytime we get a chance to talk in front of a different, even if there's one person in the audience right now or that listens to this recording that's never heard about Balto and that comes and checks us out, we find it a success. Like that's our goal, is just to reach, one new person, two new people. And so we just, any chance we get to talk about our company and our brand in front of new investors, we're stoked. So just thank you so much for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to join us and here on Live and in person. And if you ever want to go on our YouTube platform, just hit me up and we can slot you in there and show some of those NFTs live. So awesome, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great night. We'll be back again next Thursday with another project. You have to wait till next week to find out who it is, though. And have an awesome evening. Thanks.